I normally don't really care what people do with their money. It's theirs. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If they want to cancel pre-orders, if they want to shell out extra money for no real reason, go ahead and do that. I don't care. I'm only interested in what I'm doing with my money, what I'm going to be doing with the items that I'm buying and purchasing. That's all I care about. But Eurogamer came up with a video today, and some of you might have seen it. It was 4 reasons why I'm canceling my pre-order for the Nintendo Switch, and some of the reasons that they have for this are absolutely they just don't make any sense. This industry is so biased against Nintendo. Sometimes it's annoying. I'll admit Nintendo fucks up a lot, and they definitely sometimes do deserve the heat that they get from us, gamers and the industry. And I'm glad when that happens. When Nintendo does something stupid, I want people to call them out on it, especially Nintendo fans, because those are the people that they listen to first. But there are plenty of times when the industry will say stuff and do things that are just so backwards. They'll make these rules and these laws that just don't apply for Sony and Microsoft, but they just have to apply them for Nintendo, just for the sake of an argument. Like these things that people complain about. I'm gonna play you the video in a second, but these things that this guy has that he's complaining about, they were very present and very much alive there during the launch of the PlayStation 4. But nobody said anything about those systems. So listen to this.
Now, you see this footage, right? This is me actually cancelling my Nintendo Switch pre-order. I've had a big think about it, and right now I just can't justify shelling out a huge wad of cash on a console that I'm not too sure about. Number 1. The launch lineup isn't very exciting. So far, 10 games have been announced for the launch of the Nintendo Switch in the UK, which at first glance seems like a healthy number. The trouble is, aside from Zelda, there aren't many games on that list. Well, actually, there aren't any games on that list that I really want to play.
Now, do I have a problem with him having, only one game at launch that he wants to play on throughout that list? No, of course not. If there's only one game that you really want to play on that system and you can't, and you can get that game somewhere else, look, that's totally fine. I understand that completely. If there's only one game, there's only one game. No one's gonna force you to play more than one game if there's not anything else that you're interested in. But I must point out the launch lineup for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. I mean, when the PlayStation 4 came out, what did it really have? It had Knack, it had Killzone, Shadowfall, and a bunch of ports from your PS3 and 360 library. Like that's pretty much what was there at launch. Maybe it had some indie games here and there, those same games that people are ignoring on the Switch. Yeah, that was pretty much it for the launch of the PS4. Knack, Killzone, I think Resogun was there at launch too, maybe. I think that might have come out a little bit later. And then a bunch of ports that you could have gotten on your PS3, 360, or your PC, or almost everywhere else. Even your Wii U got, like, for real, you could have gotten those games on your Wii U if you had one. Really, you could have gotten those games pretty much anywhere else. That's my point.
Number 2, you can play Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. This follows on from my first point and is probably the main reason why I cancelled my pre-order in the first place.
Ah yes, the age-old debate. Why on earth would I get a Nintendo Switch when I can just play Legend of Zelda on my Wii U? Well, you see, I don't. Let me hold on. Let me just think really hard right now. Hold on. I think people weren't making that same argument when the 360 or when the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 were I don't think they were. Hey, do you remember that? I don't remember that shit. Fuck, do you guys remember that shit? I most certainly don't remember people saying, oh, why would I buy a PS4 and Xbox One when I can just keep my PS3 and 360? I mean, it's not like I can't play Call of Duty, FIFA, Assassin's Creed, and Madden. No one was making that argument with the PS4 and Xbox One during their launch this weeks, and no one. People went out in droves and bought PS4s and Xbox Ones to play the exact same games that they could play on their PS3 and their 360. Why all of a sudden is that a reason for the Nintendo Switch, but it wasn't a reason for the PS4 and Xbox One when those systems launched? I mean, it seemed perfectly normal for people to spend $400, $500 to play the exact same fucking games that come out every single year. People didn't think they were crazy then. No one was canceling pre-orders then. No one was making videos about how this is a dumb reason to buy the system when you can just play it on your no one was doing that. People were buying their PS4s. People were buying their Xbox Ones, and no one seemed to really complain much about the fact that there was nothing to play on your system except for old ports that you could play on your already existing hardware. So why all of a sudden is that a reason for the Nintendo Switch? Oh wait, that's right. That's how this industry works, right? Isn't this how things go? You're totally fine with Sony and Microsoft doing something, but as soon as Nintendo does it, it's a problem. And we must show Nintendo that we are not, gonna be falling for this. But as soon as Sony and Microsoft do the exact same thing before and after the fact, it's perfectly fine. Who cares? It's perfectly okay, right? That's how this industry works. Got it.
I really want to play Breath of the Wild. I really do. It looks ace, but do I really want to spend over £300 to play it on a Switch when I could just as easily drop 40 quid on the Wii U version and get practically the same experience? I mean, I wouldn't be able to play it on the bus for sure, but I could probably still play it on the crapper using the Wii U gamepad.
After years of people denouncing the Wii U and saying how useless the gamepad is and how who cares if you can take it somewhere a little further from your TV, now all of a sudden it's a selling point. Like when the system's dead, all of a sudden the gamepad is all of a sudden a selling point. Oh, I can still play it on my toilet if I really want to. So see, it's not that. Really? Okay, that's what we're doing now. We're trying to resurrect the Wii U during its last few months on the market. Really? All right, that's cool, dude.
Number 3, hidden costs make it really expensive.
Oh my god, this please, please, no, go on, sir. Let me hear these expensive and hidden fees and hidden costs of this system that probably don't fucking exist. No, but go ahead.
I think £270 is a fair price for a new console. I'd have happily paid less for sure, but for a new innovative piece of kit, yeah, I'd be happy to pay that. What I wasn't happy about was all the hidden extras you need to fork out for if you want to get the best experience. A Pro Controller? Well, that'll be 65 quid, thanks. Extra Joy-Cons? £75 for a pair, please. A charging grip? Well, that'll be another 30 quid straight out of your pocket. Oh, and going by my experience with the PS4 and the Xbox One, that 32 gigabytes of internal storage is going to be enough to hold about, 2 games. So you're going to have to pony up for an extra memory card as well at some point down the line. Put the price of a couple of launch games on top of all that, and the total cost is going to be somewhere closer to something like £500 if you want the full experience on launch.
Yo, is this guy retarded? So, did you just forget that you have to pay for video games to play video games? I don't understand what kind of logic is that. First of all, the Pro Controller, $5 more than a standard PS4 controller with a shit ton more features. Let me get this straight. You're totally against paying $5 extra, just $5 extra for HC Rumble, built-in NFC, built-in gyro, 40-hour battery. You guys, you can't be serious. $5 extra is just not worth all those extra features. Are you serious? The Joy-Cons. How much do those Move controllers cost on the PlayStation 4? I think it's like $100 or some shit, and that's without the fucking camera. That's just the little controller dildo looking things. $100? Are you serious? But Joy-Cons costing $80 is too much for you. Charging grip, optional, don't need to fucking buy one. Additional memory, there's not a single PlayStation 4 or Xbox One user that hasn't done that already. Not a single fucking one. Everyone on PS4 and Xbox One, if you game a lot, you're getting extra memory. And I think PS4 just now added the feature to be able to use external storage. I think they just now recently done that. 3 years later, my boy. These aren't things people were complaining. And games, oh my god, you can't be serious right now, dude. You're telling me that you didn't get to pay for the games that you play on the gaming system that you just bought? Oh my god, heaven forbid. Nintendo's ripping us off. They're making us pay for our games, man. They're ripping us off. Can you believe this shit? It's crazy. I just don't understand. Where does the logic come from these points? You're paying slightly more money for a shit ton more features in terms of the accessories. Pro Controller leagues and bounds better than the DualShock 4 and the Xbox One controller in terms of value. No one seems to have a problem with paying $120 for the Xbox Elite controller. And what does that thing do? Doesn't it? All it do is just switch the buttons around and stuff and give you a few extra buttons on the back. But you're paying damn near twice the amount for that? Are you serious? You still have to pay for batteries on the Xbox One controller. No one's saying how, oh, buying a battery pack and extra batteries and rechargeable batteries, that's a hidden fee. No one was saying that. Nobody. This is the double standards that this industry has, and it's so fucking annoying when they do this shit. Sony charging you an extra $10 for their online service despite their service being kind of half-assed. Microsoft saying that, oh, you need an adapter and this, that, and the third just to use your regular headsets on our controllers. I could go on. The list goes on and on in terms of these hidden fees of gaming, like you didn't know that you're a gamer. This thing is not a cheap hobby. It's expensive. If you don't have money to afford all of it, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Look, it's whatever. I'm done. There's too much. You guys can watch the whole video if you really want to. It's almost hysterical. I was literally laughing. I was rolling around laughing. It's so hilarious. But let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.